Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Brittany. If you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because I talk about geeky things, but sometimes I sit on my couch and tell you the crazy, wait, this isn't wine. I'm drinking tea today. So this is not a wine story time. This is us just kind of sitting down and chatting for a minute. My tea isn't even done steeping, but I don't have time to actually record this video, so let's just hurry it along, shall we? So I've been making videos about my health journey by kind of telling you guys the stories about my life and just talking about where my head has gone in the years since I started to realize that I had binge eating disorder and was diagnosed with binge eating disorder, and you know, living that life, that binge eating disorder life. It's a great life. So I thought I'd sit down with a cup of tea and talk a little bit about body dysmorphia. So if you guys are triggered by weight loss or weight gain or food or eating disorders or anything regarding that, please don't watch this video. You guys can watch literally any other video on this channel aside from any of the ones where I talk about this. I will be linking my main video on this topic at the very end of this video, so I would encourage you guys to watch that if you guys haven't and are not triggered by this kind of thing, but let's talk about it. So I have a thing called body dysmorphia, and essentially what that means is that my brain sees a completely different body than what most people see. So when I was at my thinnest, I still saw an incredibly obese human, and that is where a lot of my mental health problems came from when it came to my eating disorder and everything like that. I became obsessed with getting smaller. This is a very common thing for people with like anorexia to experience because of the fact that they're just never thin enough, and that was my problem. And I think a big portion and why I'm choosing not to weigh myself, like I went to the doctor not too long ago just to do a wellness checkup, get blood drawn, blah blah, all that silly stuff. I went and did that, and I said, look, I'm overcoming an eating disorder. I am preferring to have only my weight known if I'm in a very controlled place. So with my dietitian when I have one, with my therapist, or with my personal trainers. So they completely understood that. I was able to turn away from the scale. They just wrote down the number on the scale and they allowed me to not know my weight. And that's because the weight is, I think, where my body dysmorphia comes from. So not knowing what my weight is, because that's the problem, is I was, at my thinnest, I was 155 pounds, and being a 5'5" person, you would think 155 pounds is actually quite a lot of weight. But that's the problem, is that I'm a very muscular person. So that being said, weight on me looks very, very different than it looks on other people. A lot of people, when I first hit 200 again, a lot of people were shocked and didn't believe me that I was 200 pounds because I don't look it. People say I hold my weight well, but it's not that I'm holding my weight well, it's that I have a lot of muscle. And so I look different when I weigh more. So it's very weird. So I was at 155 pounds and I didn't understand my my muscular, you know, aptitude, essentially. I didn't understand how muscular my body was, and the fact that I looked fine and I was very healthy at 155 pounds. And I'm never going to be like 102, I'm never going to be 120. I'm going to probably always be between 130 and 150 or 160 because of just the way my body is. I am not big boned, but I am big muscled. That's like me saying like, oh, bodybuilder. I'm not. But I do enjoy weightlifting, and that's probably why I do enjoy weightlifting, is because it's something that my body can naturally do well, and my body can just naturally do you know, easily. So I think that's probably why I do enjoy weights. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh, I'm a bodybuilder. Definitely not that. But at my thinnest, I was very, very fit, and I was very, very muscular. and I still had a little bit of a pouch, but that was pretty much it. But because I was so obsessed with wanting to get to 120, because that's where I had my headset when I first started losing weight, was the whole notion of you're 100 pounds at 5 foot, and then you add 5 pounds for every inch after that. So I'm 5'5", so that meant I needed to be like 125 pounds, right? That's such a dangerous scale to go off of. Kind of like the BMI. BMI is bull. Let's just be real. BMI is just absolute bull. Anyway, I was obsessed with that number, with that place. And so I think in my head, the way I think I processed it was, I still have 30 pounds to lose. So in my head, so when I did that, my brain immediately just added 30 pounds to my body. But to me, 30 pounds added to my body made me look horrifyingly obese. And so I started saying things that would make other friends of mine really angry, just because I wasn't big. But I'd go around being like, God, I'm still so fat. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm just still so big. But that's what I saw. And I would look at pictures of myself that I look at now and go, oh my God, if only I could be that thin again. If only. Again, fat is not a bad thing. Please understand, I am very body positive. I personally do not feel super confident at my size. I'm working on it. But also I'm in a lot of pain. Again, the first video that I did on all of this, I explain all of that. But I want to disclaim that in this as well. At my size, I am in a lot of pain just because I am a very small boned person. And so having a lot of extra muscle and fat on my body is very difficult for my body. Matter of fact, my knees have been just in a lot of pain the last few days. And it's not great. So please understand, I'm not saying thin is better. I'm not saying that, you have to be thin to be healthy. I am saying that for my body, my shape, my innards, I was at my healthiest when I was at 155 pounds. That's all I mean. I was personally at my healthiest when I was there. Not mentally, and that's why I ended up getting back into binge eating and gaining 100 pounds. So there you go. But yeah, so I mean, that's what I would always see in my head, and I still have trouble with that constantly. So that's why this time, because I was so obsessed with the number on the scale and so obsessed with knowing that number and following that number and having that number be based completely on whether or not I was skinny or not. And not even looking at the healthy portion of it. And like I said, I was not emotionally healthy. I was not mentally healthy, which is why I'm doing it with professionals, dietitians, therapists, personal trainers. I'm doing it at a scale that will make me healthy, just all around healthy. Healthy diet, healthy exercise, to the scale that my body can exercise, because I do have some injuries that will make it a lot harder for me to do certain exercises. And of course, mentally healthy and understanding that I don't ever have to go back to my binge eating ways or even my anorexic ways, because I do have a history of both of those things, which I ended up being incorrect in that first video. But we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so that's kind of where my brain went. I was at my thinnest, I was super fit, I was super healthy, but the problem was that I wasn't healthy up here. And because of that, when I looked in the mirror, I saw something completely different than what other people saw. And now that I am, 13 years outside of that body, I look at those pictures now and go, I don't understand how she could have seen the person that she saw. Because I remember being in those days and seeing somebody who still had so much weight to lose, and what I saw in the mirror was legitimately basically how I look now. That's what I saw in the mirror. That's who I saw. And I look at those pictures now and I think, holy moly, it's amazing what your brain can do to you. It's amazing what this society has done to our brains to make our brains do that to us. So I just want to sit down and do a quick video talking about body dysmorphia, talking about my experiences with body dysmorphia. So please, down in the comments below, if you guys would like to talk a little bit more about it, your experiences, or if you guys have any questions about what I experienced so I could do a more in-depth video, please let me know in the comments below. But other than that, that's all I got, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye. If you guys want to see the first video I did about my health journey, you guys can click right here. If you guys want to see all the videos about my health journey, you guys can click right here. There's still a lot more to go, and you can always subscribe right here. Please do. Please hit the bell for notifications. Please like this video, share this video, and comment down below. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye. That's good tea. So I'm not gonna be able to finish it. Want some tea?